up, everybody? Welcome to Mom's Dinner. My name is Susie. Here, we're helping you feel successful in your kitchen and at dinner time with super simple and delicious recipes. You can come back every Tuesday for a new recipe video of something you can make in your kitchen. Today, I've got some leftover turkey that I need to use up. And so I am going to make a turkey pot pie for dinner. You could also use leftover chicken, would be perfect in this recipe. I have the other ingredients that I need: celery, carrots, onions, chicken broth, flour, butter, and then I popped over to the store and I bought a 2-crust pie crust package. You could also make your own pie crust if you want to do that. Stick around today. I'm going to share with you how to make the most delicious turkey or chicken pot pie for dinner. We're going to start by chopping up the carrots, and I like them in about a medium dice so they'll cook a little bit faster in the skillet. I like to do this by cutting them into 4 pieces and then chopping across, and you have a perfect medium dice. You're going to need 1 cup of carrots. Then same with the celery. I don't want huge chunks of celery in the turkey pot pie, so I just slice the celery stalks down the middle, and that makes them the perfect size. Chop them across. You'll need about a 1/2 cup of chopped celery. Then you're going to chop up 1 yellow onion and 3 garlic cloves. To a skillet, you're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter over about medium heat, and then add all those veggies. You're going to get those sauteing down so that they start to soften. You want them pretty soft. They're still going to cook in the oven later, but I would get them pretty soft. Let them saute for probably about 10 to 15 minutes in that butter. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. This is going to make a roux. Flour is considered a raw ingredient that needs to be cooked, so you want to cook it in the pan and let it mix with the butter for at least 1 minute. Now this is the secret sauce for this recipe. It adds a ton of flavor. This is better than bouillon chicken base. You can find it in the soup aisle near the other bouillon, but it has a way more flavor than regular bouillon. Add 1 tablespoon and let that melt down in. Now we're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock. I like to just add a little bit, then get it whisked in so that you don't have any lumps. You're whisking that flour and butter into the liquid, and the flour and butter is going to thicken the liquid perfectly. So just put like 1/2 or 3/4 cup in, get that whisked around, and then I go ahead and add the rest and whisk that up. Make sure that you're whisking all the way to the edges of the pan because that flour butter mixture can tend to hide in the corners of the pan. Now we're going to season this up. 1/2 to 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Get that stirred in. Let that simmer until it's starting to thicken up. Just maybe 5 minutes at most. Remove that from the heat. We're going to stir in the final ingredients for your turkey pot pie filling. You want to go in with 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, and then a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Make it kind of rich and delicious. 3 cups of that cooked turkey or chicken that's either shredded or diced. And then you want 1 cup of frozen petite peas. The heat of the pan will thaw those peas perfectly. And look at how thick and delicious that filling is. All right, we've got this gorgeous filling all done. It's cooling to the side. Now we want to go ahead and get our pie pan ready. So you're going to need about a 9-inch pie pan that is, deep enough on the side to hold all of the filling that we have. Like I said, I took the easy way out because I've cooked enough recently that I did not want to make my own pie crust. So we're going to just use a store-bought pie crust here. Nobody's going to know. But if you have your own pie crust recipe, or if you need a pie crust recipe, I will link one down in the description box for you. All right, I've got my pie crust all rolled out, and you don't want to grease your pie pan here. You just want to go straight in with the pie crust and go ahead and get it pressed down into the pan, into all the edges. All right, that looks great. Now this is a 2-crust, what they call a 2-crust chicken pot pie. So we need a top crust as well. But before we do that, I'm gonna let this one just sit out for a minute so I can get it unrolled really well. What we wanna do is take our filling and pour that right into the pie shell. All right, that looks good. If I'm being honest, my pie pan is probably not deep enough, but here we are, we're making dinner. So we're gonna keep on going. You'll wanna get a pie pan that's just a little bit deeper than the one I have. I'm guessing mine is probably about a 1.5 inch deep pie pan. Do something a little bit deeper than mine. All right, so let me unroll this top crust. Mine is sticking just a little bit, but that's okay because the top crust we will actually cut some holes into anyway. Got a couple little holes in my crust, but I just pinched them back together, so it's totally gonna work just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that over top. I'm gonna crimp the edges, and then we're gonna get this popped in the oven. The first thing you wanna do is tuck the edges of that pie crust under, but also pinch it together so it's sealing the filling into the pie crusts. Now we're gonna crimp the edges. This is making it pretty. What you wanna do is take 2 fingers of one hand and 1 finger of the other hand and press that one finger between the other 2 fingers. That makes that beautiful crimped pie crust edge. Doesn't that look great? Ooh. Now we're going to brush a little egg wash over the crust. That's going to make it really golden and shiny when it bakes. This is just 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water that's mixed together. I use that pastry brush and just brush it over the entire crust. Now you want to cut some little holes in the top. I just like to do 4 in kind of a little cross pattern. And that's going to allow the steam to escape so that your pie doesn't explode in the oven. Now, you're going to take that pot pie. I like to put mine on a rimmed baking sheet so that it doesn't spill over in the oven. You're going to bake it at 425 for 30 to 40 minutes until the crust is a deep golden brown and the filling is bubbling up around the edges. Well, this turned out absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a perfect pot pie. The crust got nice and golden and just baked through and looks buttery and delicious. While it was baking, the filling was kind of bubbling up through those holes that we cut and kind of spread out to the edges. Looks absolutely perfect. I let it cool already, so it's ready to serve. And we'll probably have this with a little green side salad, maybe some dinner rolls. That's all you need. This kind of has everything you need, your veggie, your protein, starch. Just add a little side salad, you'll be good to go. And I have to take back what I said earlier about this not fitting in this pie pan. It fit perfectly. It didn't even spill over in the oven. But that's why we put it on this rimmed baking sheet, just in case. So, I mean, no problem at all. So these little, 1.5 traditional inch pie plates, works perfect. So use a deep one, use the little one, they both work. And I really hope that you make this chicken or turkey pot pie in your kitchen and that it helps you feel like a success at dinner time. As always, if you love this content, please subscribe to the channel. You now have an option to actually join our channel for as little as 99 cents a month as well. And join me next week for another recipe video on Tuesday. See ya.